Hello, welcome to the Basketball Soapbox. I'm your host, Daniel Daly, here on YouTube and Spotify. If you like what you're hearing, if you want to support the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. It'll be greatly appreciated. Welcome to episode 57 here, where we're going to be talking about, of course, Jaylen Brown's contract extension. It's been a real long summer. Everybody's been waiting for this to be finished. Signed, sealed, delivered, all that type of stuff, waiting for that to happen, especially with all the Celtics moves, the Damian Lillard trade potential that was there. Everyone was kind of sitting on needles waiting for this to get done. People were becoming pessimistic about it, all the other things that I'll get into in a moment. But let's start off with Jaylen Brown signing for 5 years, $304 million with the Boston Celtics. There are no trade clauses because he wasn't eligible for that. There were no player or team options. So this is fully guaranteed $304 million to be here with the Boston Celtics, at least for the next couple of years. Monumental contract signing, Jaylen Brown doing this, of course, at MIT and Cambridge with his Bridge program, where he helps inner city youth get exposure to a little bit more of the technical side of things with robotics and engineering and stuff like that of that nature at MIT, a partnership that he has with his Bridge program. He signed the deal on Tuesday, July 25th. Very monumental there. They're having John Carlos, who is also a civil rights legend, 1968 protest that he did there with the Black Power fist, bare feet, basically talking about the poverty for Black Americans in America at that time, and just all the little things that not the little things, with the major contributions that he has contributed to the civil rights movement. John Carlos, you can look him up, find out all the stuff about him. Track legend, Hall of Famer of the Olympics and things of that nature, and really helped the civil rights movement, of course, of the Olympics at that point in time. Was at the press conference to introduce Jaylen Brown there for the signing, and it was awesome to see that. Brown people of that type of magnitude on stage with Jaylen Brown, civil rights legend next to him. His mom was there, his family was there. So that was awesome to see Jaylen Brown in that perspective and be around that. He also touched base in that press conference about wanting to make a change in Boston, about the wealth inequality gap that's there between inner city and the wealthy of Boston, and just helping the inner city youth with education and funding and all the things of that nature, and just all the things that you think Jaylen Brown does in terms of charity works for neighborhoods in Boston and not just outside of Boston and the occasional food drive or anything like that. Actually going to neighborhoods, talking to kids and stuff like that, actually trying to be a part, ingratiated into the culture, the neighborhoods of Boston, and especially towards people of color, Black people, especially in Boston, where everything's getting gentrified, everything's getting expensive. It's cool to see an athlete take a step up and say, hey, I'm a part of this. I'm here with you guys, and we're trying to find the answers for you guys. That is not just gentrification, that you have to get up and leave, that things are endless, that it's just crime and ready to end the city of Boston. So to see that from that standpoint, to see Jaylen Brown care that much, step into these neighborhoods, not be afraid, and often and frequently, that's important for the city of Boston. So that's definitely awesome to see. And it was just dope. And he also said he wants to bring back Black Wall Street, which is just awesome to see, that he wants to have Black businesses in Boston, not just be pushed out and not just be secluded and blacklisted. To see get that education about business and knowledge about money. I feel like that's a lot of the stuff, especially even with his Bridge program, where he's getting people into robotics and engineering and stuff like that. A lot of those tools and systems got taken out of the city, especially for inner city youth, Black kids, people, Spanish kids and stuff like that, kids that are in the inner city. A lot of those things where you're skill-based, learning about that type of knowledge that can excel in, let's be honest, pays well, have been stripped from the hood. Been stripped from the neighborhoods in Boston and stuff like that. So to see Jaylen Brown actually pinpoint that and talk about that on a various big level like that, and make the rounds on media, social media and stuff like that, that's important. That's awesome to see. And it's just good to see a Black athlete now in this position with all this money to sit there and be like, hey, I'm going to try to use this and try to figure out how I can actually be a part of the answers, the solutions, be a little bit of help here. And just the step forward of that and the introduction of that, that's awesome to see, of course.